Okay, students. So now we are going to make this do part three. Generate assembly drawing for belt tightener. Draw front and front view as full section, top and right side view as regular views. So front view should be full section view and top and right side view should be the regular views. Okay. So we are going to first of all open our assembly. Okay. You can open your assembly drawing. Okay. So this is your assembly drawing as you can see over here. Okay. Now go to make drawing from part assembly. Click on this. Okay, so you are going to select A3 landscape. Click OK. Now we have discussed how to make this title block in a separate video. So I'm not going to discuss this. I'm not going to discuss about the title block right now in this video. You can see my previous videos. You can see how we made the title block. Now, these are all the views, and this is the isometric view. You can first bring the isometric view in. Okay, so, okay, where it is gone? It's there in the template. You have to drag it actually. It doesn't come like this. You have to drag it. This is one way. Okay, click OK. Other way is that go to drawing, click on model and browse the document. The document is already there because we have opened the assembly file. When the file is opened, this automatically comes here. When the file is not opened, you have to browse it. Click on this next, and after that, this is, you can see over here, you have the right view, you have got the front view, you have got the top view. I need the right view because I need the front view as section view. Remember this thing. So I have to place the section line on the right view, or I have to place the section line, sorry, the cutting plane line. Either I have to place the cutting plane line on the right view or the cutting plane line on the top view. So on the top view, the cutting plane line is going to be horizontal. On the right view, the cutting plane line is going to be vertical. So you have got two options. You are not going to bring the front view right now. So you will bring this, you will click on this. When you click on this, do not press anymore. When you will move your cursor over here, it is automatically, this view is automatically going to come here. So, and now you can left click, and when you will left click, this view is automatically going to come. Click OK, done. We do not need other views to come. Remove these tangent views, tangent edges. So tangent edges are removed. This is, click on this. When you click on this, look, drawing view 1 is going to appear. So this is drawing view 1, and what is this? This is drawing view 2. Okay, remember this thing. This is drawing view 2, and this one is drawing view 1, as you can see. And I want this to be drawing view 1 to be shaded with edges. So you can click on this and you will get shaded with edges. You can, drag it, click on this edge and you can drag it. You can change this scale as well. It can be like, it was 1:2, you can make it 1:2.5. Okay, so it depends, you can adjust it. Okay, now when I made it 1:2.5, it became small. If I change it to 1:2, it is going to become large. Okay, you can see. Or for example, you want that this should be 1:2, but this should be like 1:2.5. So click on this one and come here and click on this option. Where is that option? Scale, yes, scale. So use sheet scale. Sheet scale is this one, which is 1:2. No, I do not want to use sheet scale, which is 1:2. It's already there. Use custom scale. So you can say that, okay, I want a separated scale for this one, for this view. So you can say that, okay, 1:2.5. So this is going to become small. Okay, so if it is consuming more space, you can make it small. You can change the scale of separate views. Okay, now my right front view should be the section view. Now, when I click on this one, when I click on, for example, this one, look at this. This becomes view 2 becomes orange. There is an orange box, dotted box around view 2. When I click on this one, this view 1, this drawing view 1 is covered in the dotted red orange box. Okay, So this is view 2, this is view 1. You can see from here. Now I am going to come here and click on section view. And I am going to right now select the vertical. If you have the top view, you are going to select the horizontal. Okay. You can also have the front view full section by from the top view. Remember this thing. But now I'm selecting the right view, and I'm going to click at the center over here in the middle. Look at this center mark, this yellow, this yeah, these two yellow, the information in the yellow boxes. So this tells you that this is actually the concentric and vertical. It should be concentric and vertical, and then click OK. Now, following list of components, red features will be excluded from these section cuts. So what things you want to exclude from the section cut? Remember that we discussed before that the ribs are always not sectioned. Okay, the thin features are not sectioned, the pins are not sectioned, the washers and these things which are washers are not sectioned. Okay, the nuts are not sectioned, and the key is not sectioned. So you do not section these things. Okay, we are going to if the cutting plane is passing parallel to the washer, we are not going to section it, but if it is passing perpendicular to the washer, plane of the washer, we are going to section it. So we have got the washer as well. We are going to section the washer. But we will not section the pins and the nuts. Okay, and we are not going to section the keyway as well. Okay, now there is one more thing. Okay, there is one more thing which I need to discuss. My cutting plane is actually okay. Let's first of all click on this one. Now there is one more thing. So I'm going to section what? Let's come here, cancel it. Okay, just we'll come back over here. Okay, we'll come back over here. I'm going to section. Let's go back to the drawing. Okay, this is my drawing. This is my section. I can section in 3D as well. Okay, so this is my cutting plane, and I am actually going to pass it through like this. Okay, so there it is actually. Now click OK, and you will see that I'm not going to section this. This is the bracket. Okay, I'm not going to section the bracket. This is the frame. I'm going to section the frame. Sorry, I'm going to section the frame. I am going to section this bracket as well and this frame as well. And look at this. This is actually the web of the frame. This is the web. So in this situation, strictly speaking, if you say the webs, the thin features are not sectioned. But in this situation, I'm going to section the web. The reason is that if I do not section the only web portion and I section this elliptical column, then this will reduce clarity. Then I will have to make a visible line over here, a visible line over here. Then I will have to remove this portion from sectioning, and I will have, because this is only one thing. So this is going to reduce the clarity, and sometimes you have to unfollow. You do not have to follow the rules. You have to make a drawing in such a way that it makes your drawing most clearer. Okay, so in this situation, this web will be sectioned. I am going to section the web, because if I do not section, then I will have to make a a box over here, which is going to reduce clarity. I'm not going to section these two pins. I'm going to section this bracket. I'm going to section this pulley. I'm going to section this bushing as well and this shaft as well, but I'm not going to section this thin feature, which is actually the key, and I'm not going to section the nut as well. Okay, so how many things I'm going to section? First thing is the frame, then the bracket. I'm going to section the bracket. I'm going to section the pulley, 3. I'm going to section the bushing. I'm going to section the shaft. 5 things I'm going to section, and I will also section this washer as well. I am going to section the washer. Okay, if the cutting plane was passing parallel to the washer, then I will not section, but because it's passing perpendicular to the washer, that's why I'm going to section the washer. 6 things I'm going to section, and 3 things I'm not going to section. One is the keyway, second is the nut, and third is actually both of them, the pins. So I'm not going to section the keyway, the nut, and both pins. Okay, so this is what I'm going to do for. So I have to find out what the numbers are. So my basically nut is, what is the number of pin? What is number of keyway? Keyway is part number 8. What is the number of pin? Pin is part number 6. Part number 6 is not going to be sectioned. Part number 8 is not going to be sectioned. And part number 9 is not going to be sectioned. So 3 things will not be sectioned. Otherwise, everything is going to be sectioned. Okay, so I will come here now. Okay, I will come here. Back to this. Remove this line. This line is, there because of this, because we made a section and then we went away from that. So the line actually remains there. So you can delete it. You can come back to the section. This is the vertical. Click on this one. Okay. And click OK. Now, so I have to go to view 2. Remember, this is view 2. If I go to view 1 and try to click on the pin, for example, I know that the pin is, what is the number of pin? What were the 3 numbers? They were actually 6. 6 is pin. 6 doesn't need to be section. 6, 8, and 9. Okay, 6, 8, and 9. So I will come back here. 6, 8, and 9. So if I click on 6, where is part 6? Part 6. Okay. If I try to click on part 6, it's not coming here. Why it's not coming here? The reason is that I'm not in the correct view. This is view 1. So my cutting plane line is in view 2. So I have to be in view 2 for selection. So part 6, number 1. Click on this part 6, number 1. But there are 2 pins, as you know, part 6, number 1 and part 6, number 2. So I have to select both pins. Okay, I have got 2 pins. One pin is over here, another pin is over here. So I have to select both pins. Second is part 8, which is this one. Part 8, as you can see, and the third is part 9. Okay, so these 4 things don't need to be sectioned. Otherwise, we are going to section everything. Okay, we will click OK, done, and there is your front view as full section view. Okay, this is the front view, which is full section, and you can see that there is a pin inside. These are the washers, and be careful about this, the orientation. Look at the orientation of this frame and the washer. The orientation of the frame and the washer. Look at the orientation of the pin and the washer. They are not actually. Look, this is the pulley. This is the shaft, not the pin. Sorry, this is the shaft, and this is the washer, and this is the pulley. They all are in line. Now this is actually violating the rules. This is violating the rules. So what I'm going to do, I will click on this, and click on this material cross hatch and change the angle. Okay, you can change the angle. Make it, like something like 90 degree. 90 degree from previous. So when you click on 90, look at the orientation of it. Now it's correct. So it needs to look different. Click on the pin as well, because this is okay. Now look at the washer actually. The orientation of the washer should be different as well. Okay. So click on the washer. Material crosshatch. It needs to be like 60 degree. Change it so that look at the orientation of the washer. This one as well, 60 degree. Okay, click on this one. This one needs to be 60 degree. 60 degree. Okay, make this orientation different. What happened? Not change. 60 degree. 60 or make it like 30 degree. Let's change it to 20 degree, 20 degree, make it 20 degree. So it looks different. 20 degree. So you can see this one over here. Make this one 20 as well. 20. You know the rules, so you have to be careful about the rule. And this is what it is said over here. Take care of hatch line standards in assembly line. This is actually part number 3. You have to take care of hatch line standards. According to hatch line standards, these hatch lines cannot be parallel or perpendicular to the visible lines. Okay, this is the first standard, and the second standard is that if you have two different parts, the lines cannot be parallel. The hatch lines cannot be parallel to them. So this is not parallel to this one, and you can see this is not parallel. So you can change it. Okay. So now this looks okay. So you can, by looking at this, you can say that, okay, this is different part. This one is different. This one is different. And look, the key is not sectioned. The nut is not sectioned. Okay. Similarly, the pins are not what we want. This direction is different. This direction is different. Over here, this direction is different. This direction is different. This is also different. And the direction of this bushing is different. The washers are different. That's fine. Okay. So this is part number 3. Take care of hatch line standards in assembly drawing. Okay. Now what is part number 4? Add balloons and wheel of. Okay, sorry. Draw front view as full section. This is done. Add top and right side view as regular views. We have added the top view, a right view, but we haven't shown the top view. So what we are going to do, we will come to projected view. Go to projected view. Okay. Click on this and then go up. This is the projected view. Okay. Click OK. We are done. Remove tangent edges. Remember that tangent edges are always removed in these regular views. Okay. In multi views, we always remove the tangent edges. In isometric, we do show the tangent edges. These are the tangent edges, and they are shown over here. Because if you remove tangent edges from the isometric view, it is going to reduce the clarity. Now this is done. Okay. Okay. One more thing. This is, a little bit. This is the oil channel. Basically, the oil is going to come here, and then this oil is going to be supplied to these grooves. These are the grooves. Okay. So you can see that they are a little bit misaligned, but we cannot do anything with that. The reason is that this misalignment is actually from our drawing. Okay. We haven't introduced a misalignment. You can hide this one, hide. So you will see this is actually the bushing. You can make this bushing transparent, and you can see actually that this is actually the oil is coming from here, and this is the groove. So you can see that there is actually misalignment, and we haven't introduced the misalignment. The misalignment is actually from the drawing. So you can see there is actually a 1 millimeter clearance, but still the oil can pass through. The oil can still pass through. Okay. So you can unhide it right now if you want. So you can go up. Look, this white means it's transparent. Okay. So you can change transparency. Okay. One more. Show. Okay. Show. Okay. You can show it, and this is going to come. Okay. You can click on this one and change transparency, and you can click on this one and change transparency. Okay, so this is going to become, the transparency is going to go away. Anyways, this is done. And now what we have to do next, what was part 4, add bill of materials. So we have done Part number 1, 2, 3. We are now doing part number 4. Add balloons and bill of material. Bill of material should have column of materials. So we are going to add the balloons. Okay. Where it is gone? What has happened to this? Okay, now it's fine. Okay, so now we have to add balloons. Okay, so now we have got the view 1, view 2, then view 4, and this is section view BB. Okay, section view BB, which you can see from here. This is section view BB. Okay, now we have to add the balloons. Go to annotations, go to balloon. Do not do auto ballooning. If you do auto ballooning, it's going to just, place the balloons in an unorganized way. And then you will have to organize. It's going to take the same amount of time. Do not do auto ballooning. I do not recommend it. Go to this balloon. Auto ballooning means it's going to do the ballooning by itself. Okay. So it's going to do the ballooning automatically. Sometimes it's very quick, but you will have to adjust it and it's going to take same amount of time. Click on this and click on circular split line. Circular split line means you will have a split line in the middle and it's going to be circular. Now, this is actually your part 1, which is the frame. Okay. Part 1 is the frame. The number at the top tells you the part number. Now remember, there is one part number is given by us and one part number is stored in the assembly drawing. This is not the part number which is assigned by us. We have assigned frame as part 1, remember, but it's written 2. This is actually according to the, if I come back to this assembly, okay, I will come back to this point later. Okay, remember, top 1 is part number and bottom number, it tells you the quantity, how many frames we have. So we have got only 1 frame. So this is the pin, the shaft, sorry, we have got shaft and there is 1 shaft and part number is 5. This is the washer. Now part number of washer is 4, and how many quantities we have? We have got 2 washers, 1 here and 1 there. Okay, we have got a nut, we have got 1 nut, we have got a pin. Part number is 6, quantity is 2. We have got 1 pin over here, 1 pin over there. Then we have got a pulley. Then we have got this, which is the bushing. So how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We have got a frame, 8. And we have got a keyway. You can see the keyway is not sectioned, as you can see over here. Okay, it's not sectioned. 9 altogether. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 different parts. Click OK. You can now arrange them. Okay, so that it looks nice. Keyway is there. This is there. This is there. Okay, you can arrange them so that it looks nice. Okay, move this little bit up. Move it down. Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 9 parts. Now, look at this thing. Now, what is the part number of the frame? Frame is 2. And what is the part number of the bracket? It's 1. You can see 1 written there at the top. Now, because we brought the bracket first, okay, so you go back to the assembly drawing. If you go back to the assembly drawing, look, this is the, okay, Now, this is part number 1, which is actually the frame. This is part number 2, which is actually the pulley, and this is part number 3. 3 is actually our bracket. Where is it? Now these numbers are given by us. Part number 1, 2, 3. Where is 3? 3 is somewhere over here. 6, 9, 8. Okay, 3 is, I think, over here. This is part number 3, which is actually the bracket. Okay. Now SolidWorks doesn't look at this text. It doesn't consider. It says that this is actually part 1. It takes the order actually. It looks in order. According to SolidWorks, this is part 1, which the name of that part 1 is part 3. Okay, which is actually the bracket. Now we have defined it part 3, but according to SolidWorks, this is part 1. So you can see bracket is named as part 1, as you can see from here. From the drawing there, bracket is part 1. What is part 2? It's the frame according to SolidWorks. So if you come here, okay, so this is the frame actually. Frame is part 2. This is part 3, which is actually the pulley. Pulley is part 3 according to SolidWorks. And this washer is actually part 4. As you can see, washer is highlighted. So pulley is part 3 according to SolidWorks. So you come back here. Pulley is part 3. So you can see pulley is part 3 and the washer is named as part 4. So SolidWorks is going to see its part number. It doesn't look at the names actually. These are the names. Part 3, part. You can write any name over here. But SolidWorks says this part 1, part 2, part 3, part 4, part 5, part 6, part 7, part 8, part 9, like this. Okay. So some of the parts are repeating. Like for example, this is part 9.1. This is part 8.1. This is part 7.1. And look at part 4. So this is part 4.1 and this is part 4.2. So it is not saying it a different, but it's saying part 4.2. So it has given this this has same name. The name is part 4, but it has made it 1 and 2. Like you can have like in brackets 1 and 2. You can consider this as brackets. Okay. So we have done this. Add bill of materials, add balloons. Now bill of material table is left and this is what we are going to do. Bill of materials should have a column of materials. So now you can come here and you are going to go to this tables and click on this bill of materials. Select the drawing view to specify model for creating bill of materials. So I'm going to select this one. I want the bill of material for this one. Now these are the bill of materials. BOM stands for bill of material. Now there are different standards. I mean, there are different options. So you can come here. You have different BOM, all BOM, circuit summary, BOM costing. Remember, after dot, you have this file name. This is the extension, like you have SolidWorks part, SLDPRT. So do not look at this one. This is SLD, BOM, TBD. This is actually the, what is it called? The format. Okay. So we have actually chosen bill of material standard. You have bill of material. Now, the difference between them is that they will have different columns in it. We are going to select the bill of material standard. If you select bill of material, then it will automatically have a material column inside. Let's click on this BOM material. Now, when I click open, and if I click OK, after open, you have to click OK. If I click OK, you will see part number, description, and the material column is there. So description is there and you can see the material column. Okay. So you can have the bill of material table over here. Now it has the material column over here. Okay. So now how many parts are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now this is the part name. This is the item number, the part number. Now item number is actually over here. This is item number 1. Okay. This is item number 1. And remember, these item numbers are taken from here actually. Okay, this is item 1, 2, 3, 4, item 4, item 5, item 6, like this. Okay, so this is the name which we have defined. So we have given this bracket as part name as part 3. So SolidWorks has taken it from there. Description, in description you can write down that okay, this is what Okay, keep the link. You can write down, for example, this is bracket. Okay, what is this? Frame, keep link. The cell value is linked to the property of the Excel. Do you want to keep the link or break the link? Keep the link, and this is bracket, or sorry, frame. Like this, you are going to add everything. Okay, and what is the material? You are going to define the material. Okay, for example, the material for the bracket is what? You can see. What is the material for bracket? CI. CI stands for cast iron. What is the material for frame? CI. CI stands for cast iron. So you are going to write over here, material is, keep link, material is cast iron. Similarly, material for this one, double click on this. This will become white, cast iron. Okay, like this, you are going to fill this whole table. You can, make this sheet. You can drag this. If you think that there is not enough space, you can drag it and make this one, small, so that it fits properly inside over here. Okay, inside the available space. Okay, you can, make it big or small. Okay, like this, it should fit inside the space properly. And you can manage this one. You can move it down. If it's not working, then you have to change the scale. Okay, so make it as nice as possible. Okay, so the distance should be, approximately equal between the views. So you have to fill it. Now you can see that part 4, which is actually the washer. I think it's the washer. Okay, and the washer is made up of what? As you can see from here, part 4 is actually the washer. And phosphorus bronze, PHOS bronze. So you can say it's phosphorus bronze. Okay, this is phosphorus bronze. If you think that this is not okay, you can make it 2.5, 1:2.5. Okay, you have to adjust it. Okay, now it has become small. Okay, so you move it down, move this one down as well. So now it is okay. So you can adjust it. Click on this and make it big. Okay, like this. So you can fill all this table, and this is actually your drawing sheet. So what you are going to do now, this is done, everything is done, and move it a little bit over here, away from this. Now this is okay. Now what we'll do, we are going to save it, save all. Okay, and we are going to save the sheet as, what is the name? Question part 3. Part 3. We are going to save it as part 3. Okay. Drawing part 3. Okay. So save it at the same place. Remember this thing. If you save it in a different way, look at this. This is desktop belt tightener section 8. Okay. This is the belt tightener, desktop belt tightener. So save it as the same place. This is going to be the SLD DRW file. So save it. Okay, so the file is going to be saved. Do not place file somewhere else. If you save it in a different place, what's going to happen? I will not be able to open it. So the file, the parts, the assembly is related with the parts. If one of the part is missing, you will not be able to open the assembly properly. And if the assembly is not there and the drawing is there, I will not be able to open the drawing because the drawing is linked with the assembly. Okay, so the parts, the drawing, the assembly should all be in the same folder. Remember this thing. If you place it in a different folder, then if the part is missing, for example, the assembly is not going to open properly. And if the assembly is not going to open properly, the drawing is not going to open properly. Okay. Rename it as, okay. Remember one thing, when you have made the part file, now you cannot rename it. If you rename it, then the assembly, because in assembly part 5 is the pin. Okay. And now you rename it as, like, for example, pin. So you assembly is not going to recognize this. Okay. So you cannot rename once you have made the assembly. Now you cannot change the name of the assembly as well, because the drawing is linked with the assembly one, ASSEM1. Okay. So once you have made the chosen the name, do not, change the name. I can change the name of this one because there is nothing connected with this thing, drawing part 3. I can change the name, but I cannot change the name of this ASSEM1 and this part 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Otherwise, it's going to be trouble. And one more thing, if you want to make the printout or the PDF, what we'll do, we are going to click on print. We are going to click on print to PDF, page setup. We go to page setup, we go to scale to fit and choose A4. Letter is bigger than A4. Remember, letter width is 11 inch and height is 8.5 inch. If I choose A4, look, these numbers change. So letter is different from A4. You have A4 papers in your printers. If you have letter, then you can choose letter. But if you have an A4 paper, then you have to choose A4. Look at this, the width is greater and this width is different and the height is different. Okay, for A4. Now, this is, landscape. Do not choose this. This is the landscape orientation. If you are choosing landscape orientation, then this is okay. If you choose the portrait, these widths and heights, they swap. Okay, so I'm going to choose the landscape, A4 size. This is the width, scale to fit. Okay, click OK. And when I click to OK, and I have to go to print to PDF. If, for example, you want to print to PDF, you are going to click on print to PDF. If you have a printer with you, you are going to go to straight away to the printer and click OK. So that it's going to print through the printer. But if you do not have the printer and you want to print to PDF, you can click on print to PDF, click OK. And when you click on OK, you can save it as drawing part 3 and save it at the same place. Okay, this is belt tightener. So look, I'm going to save it at the same place. So now this is PDF. So the type is PDF. Okay, you can save it over there and you will see that it is now saved as a PDF file. Where is it? This is the PDF file. Okay, so now the PDF file is there and you can see it looks nice. Okay, now remember, this thing you have to do yourself. When you will come for exam, you will have to add, like, for example, tolerances and all those stuffs you have to do yourself. Okay, so we have done this part. I'm going to do the next part now.